Damn it. All right. That was fun. What is up, everyone? Getting ready for the trip back. What's everybody doing? I'll be in Austin. Yeah, I'll be in Austin, Texas this week. Yeah. Well, that's what I do. I just do what I want to do. I smoke, I drink coffee, and I write. Learn the heart, and if people have questions, I answer them sometimes. And every now and then I play guitar when I'm back at the studio. Turns out you can do whatever you want. It's just so crazy. Still a crazy concept to me. Let's go. KMG Visuals in the house. Where you at? So I'm gonna do. Let's go. South Carolina in the house. I have friends down there over in Columbia, South Carolina. Pickens. I actually went to basic training there in South Carolina a long time ago. I shouldn't be giving out that information, should I? Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Lauren the Heart asked, "Are you allowed to do that? Just smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." Turns out in America, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Turns out I didn't have to do all them years in the military to do this. I could have just done this, but I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. Now I get to do it. Yo, I don't understand what happened. We said the land of the free, and we get to do whatever we want, and then he just dropped. That's crazy. They they must not like people thinking for themselves. And they're always watching, bro. I used to, well, I can't, fuck. I can't do it. Like, I used to build networks for it. I was a phone guy in the military. It's one of my professions. Yeah. So imagine my surprise when I become a civilian and then I see the same technology that we were using, like in a city. Yes, sir. Cisco certified, network certified, all that crap. But it was just, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the company, this is, I was talking about this with some of my friends. The company that trained me and my friends right across the street from you guys in Augusta, Georgia, right across that little river. Uh, the company that trained us, like I thought it went away. Nah, that EIN is still in play. The business just changed its name, and it's the largest telecommunications company in the world. Uh, Put it that way. Publicly traded, too. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. They have stingrays on street lamps in cities. That's that's how they brought down Mitnick. It what spurred the whole hacker movie and all that other stuff. He was a phone freak. That's what I started as. It's weird. It's just I had a weird life. I had a weird life. I'm just a island kid living in America right now. That's it. I tell dick jokes and I get on here and I play guitar every now and then. Oh, and I skate. Yeah, man. The more I talk about it, the more I realize how ridiculous my life is. Yeah, we all have ridiculous lives. Everybody here, all my friends have crazy, awesome lives, bro. They put out entire series, entire shorts, entire movies. It's crazy. I have the coolest friends. Yeah, we all live crazy lives. Here's the thing: everybody's successful. Most are just successful at what they don't want. You know what I mean? Most are just successful at jobs. Most are just successful at being broke. Most are just successful at listening to a grown man tell them what to do, but get mad when their husband does. Hey, but we're high. Don't listen to us, right? So fucking crazy to me, man. It's the thing. Hey, that's the thing, bro. This is what it does. This is what this whole ritual does for me. I haven't eaten any food since yesterday, or what? Yeah, and I get up and I make some coffee, and like real coffee. I got boiled water, fucking it's a Mexican coffee. I roll up, and if like today I'm getting on here. If I didn't have it, because I got my writing and all my other stuff done early, so I get on here, and then when I light up, bro, like the questions I ask just go, why did you do everything you did before here? Is it because you were supposed to do it? You had to do it? There is a physiological reason? What are the first principles to why I'm doing everything every day? Why did I wake up this early? Like, I remember the first time I didn't have to wake up for anyone. Bruh, the panic that came over my body when I woke up and the sun was shining through the window. And then I realized I didn't have to do anything. Bro, it's so fucking crazy. And then I realized what one of my old bosses asked me, and he asked me a simple question. He was like, "Hey man, I know you're the type of guy that's gonna work out, and that's gonna stay fit and probably not get fat unless you just have emotional issues. But what are you gonna do from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day for the rest of your life, or like to like 8 p.m. for the rest of your life? Because for the last 20 or so years, somebody's had that plan for you." I was like, oh, fuck. I have never thought about that. And that's why I almost got a job and I didn't. I didn't because I just realized the pattern was too similar. And I'm grateful for all my experiences in my previous life, my previous profession, but I wouldn't repeat it. So I was actually, for some weird reason, again, my life starts off weird. I was giving a speech to a manufacturing group. And as I'm giving the speech, my mind clicks. Because basic training for in the military was 9 weeks, and then the training for manufacturing was 9 weeks. So fast forward over 20 years, I was on stage saying that when I realized I was about to repeat the last 20 years. And I went, fuck no. Uh, I, I mean, I said fuck no then. It took a couple of years and a bunch of different things to happen. It only took a year. But yeah, exactly. I was like, oh no, I was about to repeat. I'm like, nope. And then when I got high for the first time, I was like, yo, what is up? Let's stay. Everybody's backing out. Exactly, bro. And then it's weird because once I broke out of this bullshit and started living my life the way I want to live my life, even in the comedy community, it was weird to people. Oh, fucking goddamn it. They're flying here. Yeah. Like a 20-year hamster wheel. And I'm like, I realized looking back now, bro, I saw every chance the world gave me to move on. And I never, bro, that's the craziest part. I was driving. Speaking of graveyards, bloodstained believer said first time he got high, he walked through a graveyard and seen 30 deer standing there and just sat there for 2 hours mesmerized. This is fucking true. I drove past a graveyard and then I wrote about it and then made some meme about it, and I was just like, holy shit! Trees, cemetery trees are just trees planted by people to eat people. Like they're literally just you're planning what's going to eat you later. It's a hell of a cool. Like I just went, wow. We take all that shit for granted, bro. Like we chop trees, we think we're doing yard work and hedges, and like we have control of trees. And then I just realized that plants are our biggest predators, and we don't even know about it. We're like, oh man, can you believe in the Amazon there's these carnivorous plants? All plants are carnivorous, bro. They're all omnivores. They'll eat everything. They have roots. Like it's like the patience of a a system. Like I'm just gonna be patient. I know they're gonna chop me up and my kids and plant us all over the place so we can spread. We don't even have to do anything. The people cutting us up and using us for paper and all that stuff, don't even worry about it. We just stay here and be patient, and in the long run, they're all food. Like the ultimate circle of life is a tree. Ah, shoe fly. Hey, the damn stream said shoe fly, so you guys can't come back. Pretty much, bro. That's so like we die for trees to grow so our children can build a house and do it all over again. Yeah, that's you don't understand how real that is. Like for because our house, our family home, my mom's family home back home is built with wood from the trees that were planted there by my great grandparents. And I remember as a kid, we all the trees we were all like planting trees and gardens and shit. And now all those, just think about it, bro. I'm in my 40s. I'm pushing 50. So all those trees that were there, they're all fucking huge. And which is weird because the last time I was home, I saw places where there used to be a big tree and they kind of used it. So and I and it because you can feel like it's not just visually, but you can feel that something's missing. That is some good weed. Oh no, I gotta roll another one. Let's go. Dude, that's what's up. A lot of people don't get to see that, like that cycle. And the cycle's the same, even in like finance and all that. The cycle's the same. You just change the names because and the timelines are shorter. Like that's why they test like tangent, but like they test drugs on like mice and stuff because their metabolism mimics humans only faster. Well, everything mimics everything at different rates. So if you think about trees, if you were fortunate enough to see the cycle of a tree and what it does and how it grows, because you've lived in one place that long, understand that that translates everywhere else. They even have sayings about it, planting trees whose shade you'll never sit under and all that. And that applies to everything, it's a bunch of human cliches to say get your fucking ego out of this. If you're not doing something to benefiting everybody involved, why are you even doing this? If you're doing this for your ego, and I'm saying this is in whatever the fuck are you doing, man? I got bit by a black widow, um, 1999, and I had to sit in an emergency room, and they had to monitor me. Is your dick getting hard? A bunch of fucking uncomfortable questions. I'm like, no, no, and I had to sit there for a while. In Augusta, Georgia. Was it Augusta, Georgia? Yeah, 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 it was. Right? They say you get a black widow, but your dick gets hard. You see how many people fucking try to get bit by a black widow. Watch somebody try to fucking get that out. Try to use that to make a hard-on pill. Gas station black widow. Rhino. That's not even scientifically backed. Do you know if you get bit by a black widow, your dick gets hard and it hurts? Most guys' dicks have never been that hard, so they, oh, fuck yeah, dick gets hard, it hurts. Yeah, I got the black widow. This shit kills bitches. Oh shit, it kills men. Oh no, heart attack. What is it? Thursday today? Mm-mm. Black Widow sounds like LSD from the 80s. You want some of this Black Widow? No, bitch. It's like, I'll take a purple spider. That sounds more inviting. Fucking Black Widow is just like, I've experienced all the good shit. Now man, I want to see all the evil shit in the world. Give me that LSD. Hey, YouTube. This is 2018 Farm Bill compliant hemp. Get off me. Also, the arrogance of man to think a plant will obey a piece of paper. Dude, that's crazy. First time I did LSD was at an open mic and nothing happened. And I took two tabs. Two apparently really good ones too. Because the buddy I got from also took two tabs. And he went, yo, is it kicking in? I was like, nope. And he was like, man, that's too bad because you should see this music. It's fucking amazing. I'm like, fuck. So mad. Whew. Oh, so I've made the adjustment. So if you guys want to send anybody this way, you can do that too. I didn't know you had to do that. Shout out to Yonder Wizard for the help. I literally had a whole ass concert on here. The second time I was standing, I took LSD, was in a parking lot, thinking there was a puddle in the parking lot. I mean, thinking it was in a puddle, but it was a parking lot. And then see fireflies light up the sky above a wooded area. It looked like Christmas in July. That's the fairies, man. Yeah, that's not cool. That's middle school friends. That's fucking crazy. Now, I'm not saying. I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of fucking I had a bunch of crazy people, but I was fucking privileged as a kid, bro. I went to private school. I was fucking shielded from all that shit. My parents were a fucking problem if anybody fucked with us, so I was just fortunate for that. But outside of that, bro, like it was, I knew kids that when I was in elementary that were fucking getting high. Yeah, the first time I made a video about it. It was like the first time I took shrooms, I took 6 grams. I didn't know that that's not how you do shrooms, and it was the scariest, greatest experience of my life. And then I realized that's exactly how you should do shrooms. You do shrooms, and then I haven't really done anything less than that since. And then I took DMT after that, which yeah, And then I realized I can't be a dick anymore, and I can't lie. I'm not allowed to. And just like there's a part of me that says like, oh no, I like you, but no, I'm not allowed to. Not allowed to at all. Like if I can't say anything, I just won't. It was only like scared until I realized that oh my body needs to breathe. I don't. And then when I'm like, yeah, my body's gonna do what it needs to do. And then I'm like, yeah, it was over. I was like, oh, okay. And then I closed my eyes and I was, oh Lord Jesus. And he's just gone. And you realize how boring consciousness is. And yeah, it's only great because you were stressed out of your fucking mind on this earth thinking this means anything. And that's why you're like, oh man, it was a great no, it was a great trip because you took all the bullshit. Well, you realize thinking about it, you can do that anyway. If your phone rings and you look at the number and it stresses you out, fucking don't answer it. I know some people that be their fucking spouse. Just don't answer it for a couple minutes. And don't answer it from the stressful standpoint. I was extreme about mine is when I lost my phone and my number changed. Like unless the person contacted me to see who if I was okay or anything, everybody else it was just if I meant something to that person, then cool. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm good now, thank you. And those are the only people that are in my phone. Again, like five, not that many that mean anything. It's just like a 10 group of people. I mean, I just looked at it from that point of view, man. Like if something affected me and it pisses me off or like offended me at one point in time, like I opened my bank account and looked at it. Did it go up or down? If none of that changed because of how I got over it. Unless I'm paying your bills or you're paying mine, like let's logically think about it because we play in this system. And even then, those are all optional, bro. All fucking every interaction that you're gonna have from the time you woke up today till the time you go to sleep is optional. Fucking optional. You don't have to deal with these people. Oh yeah, but I gotta deal with them because of work. Okay. Do you? Or is it you can figure out another way to pay your bills if that's the case. Yeah, like it's comfort. You're tying it to something and you're not even acknowledging that tie. Like people that say they hate their jobs, but they like how they live. You love your job because you love how you live. You can't separate that thing. Because if that job is paying those bills and you enjoy that, yeah. I bro, I reach out when I need something. And my friends that are my friends understand that that takes a lot. My friends that are my real friends, they know that that takes an enormous amount of fucking effort and hardship for me to just reach out and go, I need help. And they know that it's a two-way street, that if they call me, I'm fucking there. And they know my capabilities to be there for them. Those are your real friends. And like those, the people in your life. I go by Maslow's, no, not well, yeah, Maslow's hierarchy, but like Dunbar 150, the 150 people that you can keep track of personally. Dude, like I know my friends know the levels that I can be of service to them. Those are my friends because they know exactly, like when they need something and it fits how I can fulfill that need. It doesn't take it just, hey man, and I'm there. But again, that's a two-way street, and that takes. I used to say that takes years to get to know people. Like no, it takes effort, and then it's just effort of knowing people, being in hard situations with people, whether it's just life. Yeah, that's I understand that. Like, yeah, the bloodstained believer. Everybody needs to hear this. Like, he's the type that'll give you. I'll give you the shirt off my back and never ask for a shirt when I'm suffering. It's so hard for me to get past the term you are first and I am last. Bro, I understand that. But one of the first things that I saw, and I yelled at this at my mother because nobody else can fucking say. I understand what she's doing now, but when I was ignorant, I went, how we can give everybody the shirt off our backs, and at the end of the day, human nature, we're the only ones that are going to be standing there naked while everybody laughs and points. That's what I saw. Now, I didn't realize they were playing a game that was so long. I had as a kid, no concept that it was even a game. And it's weird to realize your parents were right 30 years later. And then like to the T. And then they look at you and they go, like, you see how we understand what's going on? We're choosing this life. And then you have to let it go because you got to understand that that's when people decide nothing more nothing more powerful than a made up mind. And knowing the consequences of your decisions and choosing it, I respect that in every way, shape, or form. Like 9/11, everybody, let's assume 9/11 was a real terrorist attack. And it was, just not in the way we think. But let's assume 9/11 was an outside job and the story is true. Those people were believed in something that much. What the fuck do you believe in that much? Bro, it has I'm not big on the Bible. I'm a proponent on it. But let me tell you this, man. There's a phrase in there and Christians like just glossing over it, right? The power that raised them from the dead resides in you. And then he just walked the fuck off. And then Christians just gloss over that. Like he just called you God. But the acceptance of that would mean that everything in your life, good, bad, or indifferent, is yours. And you're doing, and you testing yourself if you deserve what you need to have, instead of going, yeah, I deserve it. Because sometimes we need to be tested. Yeah, I didn't appreciate everything that I had until it was all gone. Like I'm living the holy shit. I appreciate that I can stand up. I appreciate technology. Like yeah, the spying and doing all these other shit. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, oh, dude, I agree with you, 100%. And it was just so crazy. It's just crazy that people pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? And I got it because we're all at different points in our lives. Like all the lessons that my dad and my grandpa and my family taught me at the time, they didn't even sound like lessons. Some of them didn't even mean anything to me, whether they be from the Bible or from our traditions. But when, as a grown man living in a different country, life happened, and immediately I was like, huh, all right. Like that's logic. That's logical. Like, cause nothing. There are no accidents, bro. There are no. Oh, this just happened. No. Be very careful what you say and what you think, especially what you think. Like if you, I'm grateful for everything. As soon as you're not grateful for anything, as soon as you take one thing for granted, it goes the fuck away. Oh no, you heard. You wish you could go back and pay attention, bro. No, you heard. You heard loud and clear. That feeling that you're getting, that's it. That's it. That feeling that you, that's exactly it. Now you, the memory's different because now the memory, you're paying attention to every little thing, and you'll catch them when they make sense. And sometimes our grandparents like teach us by living, like my grandparents. My grandparents taught me by living their life. Like my whole life, I wanted to be my grandpa growing up because he was out with his friends. He was fishing all the time. I was fucking comes home. He sits down. His food's there. When he's done, like, he just gets up and goes to take a shower. Takes a hot shower when we have no electricity or running water. We barely got running water. Like that was a hell of a life. Wakes up the next day, does it all over again. And then I grew up and realized what he was doing. He was feeding everyone. They were not fishing for fun. They were feeding a village. People didn't survive the war, World War II. So there were still mouths to feed in it. Like that's what they did. That's what the men did all day. That's why when they came home, there was no fucking problems. At the end of the day, that's what they did, and that's why they got the respect. However, all the property belonged to the mother and the kids. It's just not like it's not so much belong. It's more like we're just the caretakers of right now. That's all we are. Pick your right now and be the caretaker of that for as long as you can. And then if you live good enough where you can leave it to your family, okay, great. And where, well, if all you can leave is lessons, that's even better. Oh yeah, because you're what's making that happen. You're teaching that lesson. That's all a certain old man wanted you to learn, and you're who you are because of that. bro, a kid telling you, let alone a complete stranger, like that's crazy. Yeah, that's just how it is, bro. It's why we built them. We didn't build like you built it for that individual. Again, this is my point of view. Like as a man, you can always go build whatever. So whatever you build, yeah, fucking build it for whatever for who it benefits, not your ego. Like the military lesson from that was like you'd be surprised how much you get done. We don't give a fuck who gets the credit. And right after that, it's the horse that works that gets the whip. So do you really want that credit? And like fuck, like get. So you just gotta find the whipping you like, bro. This is you understanding, like that's who you are. Like you provide, you protect and provide, and when they understand that, they know what you can provide. Then they understand the words coming out of their mouth is going to be they have to be very careful with that too, because you showed physically in this reality what you can provide. Everything coming out of their mouth is going to affect how you do that, and that's what people don't understand. Like your weapons are different, man. I, I jokingly said it, but it's men hit and build with fists. Women hit with society. You know, in their words. That's it. It's like even where I grew up, bro. The way it was funny. My mother barely, if any, like hit me. Like oh, now her brothers. That's a different story. You know what I mean? That's a whole different story. And my grandpa, whoo, grandma, and even then, I deserved every last one of those. How did we get on this tangent? Uh, Anyway, I just that's just life, man. This is what we do. We provide. Like and as crazy as it is, like I'm doing that. Somehow I'm doing that with this writing and information, and investing a retirement. It's crazy. Because I'm realizing that my it doesn't take like on let's on the in the system it doesn't take like oh yeah if the reason the times my mom hit me is because uh my dad wasn't there, and my dad never hit me, but oh the only person I never disobeyed to this day. If I was doing something he didn't like, he was just not there. So when I became a better person, and I realized that my dad came in to visit me because you know had one of those took you long enough conversations, and then I realized yeah, kind of can't talk to a drunk. So like, dude, the guy did like he saw everything that was going to happen, and he was just trusting with his finger crossed that I was going to make it through all that. If that isn't so, yeah, man, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. and grateful for everybody that played a fucking part in it. And then Bloodstain said, like, I wish mom was like that. My mom would punch you in the mouth if you stepped out of line. Woof. Now, it was too many kids in the house. And when I say kids, by saying my uncles were all, like, we all lived in a compound. So your grandpa was like, sit there till your grandpa gets home, and they would come in and be like, how long you been there? Hours? Go to bed. This is fucking awesome. Just that fear is enough. Just that foreboding. What the fuck's gonna happen? I hope he had a good day at work. There's times I forget because I'm a comic. I'm around comics. Most of the comics I'm around because I started late are a lot younger than me. So I keep forgetting that my peers when I was growing up are all fucking government officials and in companies. And I can't. So I'm literally not. I would say not the norm, but at the same time, I am. Like everybody's doing what they want to do. You guys are already like that now, man. Like you guys are already like that now, so I know. Bloodstained Believer said, I think that's him and his how him and his wife will be his grandparents. Like it's, dude, your son is parroting you. Like you're already like that now, and that's what's like. We forget, like you know how when you flash a flashlight or you're a woods guy, like when you navigate each degree from here at close distance, it doesn't seem like that much, but at a long enough time frame, especially when you're shooting, bro, you adjusted so much that you it's ridiculous. The trajectory, you're gonna look nothing like the way you grew up in the most conducive way possible because you're fighting through a lot of shit. Yeah, because they don't fuck because you already told them like this is a standard. When you start with a standard, bro, I'm such an idiot that I brought that home from work. I just didn't understand that the standards from work are not the standards at home. I got children, you know, I mean, they don't deserve the way I treat my fucking subordinates at work. And I say that because it's at the same time, I was looking at holy shit, like this system doesn't give a shit who you are or where you're from or what color your skin is. It's just a system. It functions the way a system functions. So I had to make adjustments, and I didn't make them fast enough. And I mean, some people say I did, some people say I didn't. I don't care. I'm where I am right now. But from where I am, looking at to where you are, from what you've told me, Bloodstained Believer, bro, you are a fucking decent human being. So that's the worst thing I've ever been called is I was a terrible human being. And I was worse than any cuss word or anything ever. So I figured the opposite of that is you, sir. Being a decent human being and raising a family. Contradicting everything that everybody says around here that you can't. You know, it takes too much. Then fucking work harder, bro. Then figure it the fuck out. You can figure it out. Oh yeah, it took a lot. It took a lot, and I don't take any of it for granted, and I will not change any of it because I understand how hard headed I am, and how hard life had to kick me in the nuts to go like, hey, asshole, it's fucking you. It's nobody else. It's fucking you, you fucking dick face. That's what it takes. That's what it took for me. Some people, it takes a dad going, hey, I don't appreciate that. A little disappointing. Oh yeah, you can't like when you tell. That's why nobody can tell me weed is bad. The paranoia I felt the first time I got high, I sat in it, and what it was wasn't paranoia. It was the veil of bullshit I've been telling myself coming off, and all I could see was the things I needed to work on. And that motherfucker is not anxiety. That's fucking terror. That's fear at the. That's, hey man, you see here? You see how this happened? Do you see that decision you made? And I was telling myself that. I was going, you're a horrible human being. And then I took DMT and came back and went, you beautiful bearded child. This, this thing, yeah, it's like that. So, no amount of hormonal response is going to change what's around you right now. What you can do is you can be a decent human being and create enough causes that you know are not the ones you made, at the very least. The ones you made weren't shit, Max. That's why you're here. So maybe just don't do those at the very beginning. And then eventually, once you realize, like, oh wow, life gets real, then you start going, like, let me just make actual decisions. And as Sergeant Major Larry E. Seaman says, it's your life. Maybe get involved in it every now and then. And then I started writing it down. I mean, companies write down how they want their company to do for the next 10 years. Militaries do. They have a fucking plan every fucking week. They had a plan for me every fucking week, every day for over 2 decades. And then now that I have the ability and the freedom to do so, I don't want to write a plan for myself. They're going to train you, spend millions of dollars training you and your friends to do exactly just that and teach people to do that, but you're not going to do it for yourself because you're mad because of how you feel. You're not going to use anything that they trained you for yourself and the people around you to make their lives better instead of making sure certain individuals are non existent. Okay. You want to get a job? Oh, look at me. I know so much. I can talk about all this shit and then I'm going to get a job. Yeah, if that's a path that you want to take. But I had a job. I'm benefiting from it continually, both financially and knowledge wise. I've survived this long. I'm pretty sure somebody needs to fucking understand that. I'm just yelling at my 25-year-old self, going, "Hey, asshole, fucking stop drinking and deal with your problems." Notice I'm not saying light a joint because at the time, I was in the middle of a fucking foreign country being an asshole. And then realizing that I'm already dead. Bruh, it hit me so hard because it's just standing there. Yeah, I was just, we were just talking in Iraq, and he just, son, it's your fucking life. Maybe you should, you know, get involved in it every now and then. I was like, what? And then he gave me a couple of books later by Colin Grossman. Good reads. But I'm glad, man. I'm glad, man. I mean, it is. I mean, bro, like it fuck with me because it was the same problem no matter what level it is. Like people just life period, You're willing to get a job but you're not willing to plan your life out. Um Women that they're willing to get a job and do the most demeaning shit, cleaning shit, whatever. And But as soon as your man that you love tells you to do something, you have a fucking problem. Also, that's a problem. If you have somebody, a man in your life, and you got to work, mm, yeah, I understand. When we have goals and we want to work together, I got it. Yeah, bro. Like, look, here's the thing: the rules, your life, you have lived your life according to rules and limitations that you didn't even write. You were told what you could be. They say, "Oh, be all you can be." Can I? Can I really? What if I don't agree with you? And those little things, man. It's those little things. Like my dad taught me these, and I just never understood. He was recruited young, and I understand like what he had to go through and to live the life he lived and to raise us the way we were. However, with like understand, man, like everything around you is planned. It came from somebody's mind. Let's not get that. Let's not just gloss over that. What you're listening to me through came from somebody's mind. They wrote it down. We got detailed. Became a blueprint, and ta-da! iPhone, Android, computer, whatever. House blueprint. It's how everything that you see around you came to be. And if you would like to see your life a certain way, how about we get a notebook, one of these, a bunch of them. Everybody knows what they don't want. Bending reality is the easy part. It's knowing what you want. That usually takes a lifetime. Most people won't even write down what they want. No, but be specific about it. No, this isn't woo woo shit. No, I'm not. I'm saying write a fucking blueprint. If it requires getting a job for X amount of years because it pays this much, and then at this point I've invested X amounts, therefore I can run a line of credit on that and then live and then use my other assets to leverage this. When it comes to financial stuff, for example, is the example I like to use because people people say, "Oh, money isn't everything." Like, bro, but yeah, got it. But this system, you're gonna play in it, right? So at least have the thing is, if you don't know anything about the finance, you're in finance for as long whether you think you are or not. As long as you have a mortgage, as long as you have to go to work, you're in finance. As long as you have a bank account, you're in finance. So if I realized that no matter where I went in this world, unless I just wanted to go home and get off the grid, which is easy, easy life. However, if I wanted to play this game, a balance sheet is the same in every language. So I figured, at the very least, what should I understand? How finance works, right? Because no matter where you go, you got to play that game. And I literally say game because it is what it is. It's written down. The rules are plain and simple. And the people complaining about tariffs probably shouldn't even worry about it. Right? Bro, if you're struggling to pay your bills, that's the least of your worries right now. All right? Because the effect doesn't hit you till after your bills. But the more you focus on it, the more you can't because that decision energy is a real thing, man. So whatever your focus goes is what grows. So if you are starting to focus on things you can't solve, then you're spending decision energy to make decisions that go nowhere. um, Simple rule is if we cannot affect it, we do not complain about it or even talk about it. Like, we need to understand the overall picture and they go, at what level can we make immediate effects? And that's life, period. You know, companies have Commander First R and XO, and families have mom, dad. I know what a CEO and a CFO looks like. One fucking make sure everything's in order, and one make sure the finances are straight. That's what a commander and an executive officer are. That's what a CEO and a CFO are. It's a family where the rules are very cut and dry and they don't change with how you feel. And once people understand that a family has to function that way, as long as the rules are functional to the overall good and benefiting all involved, it should be self reinforcing, building itself. That's why. That's also why I agree with the sentiment that so the whole move out of your home at 18 was a psyop. I agree with that sentiment. I one wholeheartedly because I now remember being told that that's how they do it. Right? I was told by a family member of mine that that's how they do it, and everybody fell for it. If they wanted to be so American so much that they broke up entire generations of families just to move to America. And now that those families are not in their native countries, your kids that have grown up for decades are no longer there to fight. We come over going like, hey, look, we have militaries and we can help you, we can protect you, and we can show you this because now everybody's old and at the end of their life and just want to cash out. Hey, but I'm high. Don't listen to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then repeat process, or you just expand the place. Right now, you have a fucking base. And then if you put that all in a trust and everybody gets an insurance policy that the beneficiaries the trust, now you have a fucking bank. If you live in Texas, Texas Land Trust, bro, you put everything in a trust, take it off your name. Now you guys are just functions in that system. And then you teach your kids the same because it's 90% education. You teach them the same, repeat process, invest properly, and next thing you know, you are playing by the rules of the system, not an individual system. Because now you can go anywhere in the world and do the same thing if that's your thing. But if your thing is to make sure that your progeny is taken care of and understand that there's a system in place and there's things you can control and there's things you can't. And as long as you live by that and make sure that it benefits all involved, you're fucking fine. Bro, you have generational wealth right there. Just a family, just you and your wife. Like, and just and now the this is where it gets weird because now you guys are careful on who you bring into the family. You know what I mean? Now, like your boys are growing up, they want to get out and go bananas. You go like, yeah, hey man, this is what people get to inherit when they fuck with you. Both like this is now there's something bigger. You represent something more. Your name, like your kid, on the ego side of things, it starts to kind of like, hey man, we need to understand we represent more than ourselves. It only took me fucking 40 something years to learn. Like the whole like, and because it's not up to you. Who you represent is not your choice. Like, so the best thing is just be a decent human being. So if everybody assumes you belong certain places, you're just a decent human being. Right? Decent human beings are not pushovers either. So let's just get that out of the way. Like you do not, you represent, man, I don't represent me at all. I mean, the only time I represent me personally is when I'm in front of my mother. Like even in court, is the whatever's going on in that court. Like, bro, like this Diddy thing. Nobody's like, yeah, everybody's saying Diddy, but everybody's just thinking the entire music industry or the rap side of the industry. They don't understand that this happens on all sides, but they're just going, oh man, that happens in rap. Let's see, that's how it goes. They gotta have a battleground, man. Them is boys. Them is boys, man. Those are those are the luckiest kids. Like they came up with their best friends, and now they have fucking place where nobody can fuck with them, and they can repeat process. Like just build badass kids. Like, because that's what we're here to do, man. Every system is designed to replicate itself all the way to the human, to companies, to the government. It's designed to replicate itself. It's protect power protects itself. See, it works on all platforms, man. Yeah, like, but once you understand the analogous nature of life, it's so easy. Like, you're like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's like watching somebody sneak into a club that for some reason nobody's realized that if he ducks, we can't see him, and you're just watching. You're like, what are you doing? But It does happen everywhere, and if you understand the motives behind the system, it's easy. It's easy to know who to associate with and who not to. Like, bro, you know what businesses you don't want to partake in. Exactly, bro. People forget. People don't understand. Like the biggest bread and circus show is the United States government. It's the entire system, not the. I mean, why do you think the Super Bowl happens during the most important tax times? Why do you think all those holidays happen at that time? Why do you think everybody spends money in September, October timeframe? That's just the fiscal year. But you understand the motivation behind everything, man, and it's sad to like it's the system replicating itself in another way, but it's like it's just money and power. It's from people who don't know what they want. That is it. Because if you don't know what you want, then yeah, money and power is very, very. It's the only thing that drive humans. It's it's just influence and power, and people have equated that with money. So as long as those two are in play, like people with no purpose, and are the ones that would chase where I want never ending money versus people with a purpose would just the money just happens to be a byproduct. It just they're doing shit so ridiculous that yeah, it just happens to take dumb. Oh yeah, I had a whole joke I tell about it on stage about how the NBA and the NFL is just a bunch of rich white men using black people as avatars to do shit they can't. It's almost like training to be a professional athlete, training to be a bitter slave for $1 million change. Slavery didn't go away. They just changed the slavery with a dollar sign, and now the slaves advocate for bigger change. But I'm high. Don't listen to me. Oh crap! What did I do? Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it's bananas, man. It's crazy how it's just amazing. Like I came to America as an adult, so like it doesn't mean anything's not special. It just means that I wasn't indoctrinated in the system. I was close, so it was weird to watch people struggle. And then I bought into it and I started to struggle like them because the environment said this is how we should be. And then I got high for the first time and went, wait, what the fuck? You don't have to do this at all? Like, no? Oh, okay. And then people called me crazy. They're not wrong. It's a good one. Yeah, it gets pretty dark, bro. Like I'm not an advocate for it, but like but if I told you I grew up with something, like I'm not even gonna fucking play. We call them something different. When an entire country's a majority, the biggest export they have is people, and people don't bat an eye about it. Just Look at the Philippines. I mean, now, man, I'm 400 miles from there, where I'm from. It's crazy. You go to the Middle East, it's like there's people from where I'm from, close to where I'm from, there working. Come here, go to Vegas, go anywhere. And it's not bad. That's just what it is. Just yeah, don't let's not get started on Hollywood and that whole fucking crazy shenanigans. That again, yes, it's crazy. Yes, it's bad. Yes, it's the one of the worst fucking bullshit in the world. But like at the end of the and then it's not. It's there to keep people looking here and not realizing that the worldwide issue is still the worldwide issue. You know, they changed names, locations. Companies have still been companies for the same amount of time. Funds have still been funds for the same amount of time. And the populace. This is what people don't understand that the overall the bigger system that everybody thinks about, it's not evil or bad. It's just a system. So basically, you're either labor or fuel. At the end of the day. Doesn't care. It's irrelevant. Everybody's feelings are irrelevant to the concept of that the system still has to work. It still has to have competent people in there for it to work. So it's self correcting and again, society's cyclical. And some old person said history repeats itself in cycles of this decay, and I don't think it does rhyme. It gets close, but like I'm pretty sure if people just fucking realize and wake up that it has nothing to do with the outside system and everything to do you being a decent person and taking care of all of us, just looked in and do what you do, like the homie Bloodstained Believer is doing, looked in and took care of yourself first, and then like, okay, this is my tribe, this is my woman, this is my kids, this is my property, this is what I'm gonna, this is my purpose. And like it makes it like now you're drawing the lines, you're giving yourself borders because you have no more box, and you understand like the whole, it's this is all one big fucking, what do you call those things, symbiotic thing. It all affects each other, man. Like what if I'm going to be an asshole to anyone, the only thing that left me to that person was the energy of bad intentions. And since that's what's left me, that's what can, only thing that can reveal that. I'm a believer in that, right? So people are paying for their karma, let them pay for their karma. It's not your job. I'm not saying be an asshole. I'm saying let people make decisions for themselves. Because the way the world is the way the world is. How you feel, that depends on the frame and the lens you put on today. Oh, okay. Peace.